What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on the Space Engineers Inspiration series. We are kicking things off today with the VC, I think? Sky Fortress. I'm pretty sure I got that right. So, this is a rather interesting ship. I'm not entirely sure in terms of like how useful it would be, but I thought the design was pretty cool. So it's designed to be a sort of like a helicarrier, a mobile command-based thingamabobber, primarily designed for fighter and small ship transportation, as well as refinery and processing kind of thing. It does have some weapons, but the description makes it kind of sound like those are more to defend itself, not that it should be used as a battle cruiser or something to that effect. So, just at a glance here, we've got a couple refineries, which I'm sure connect to all the good conveyor bits and bobs. That's the oxygen generator, not container. It also looks like they have a few modifications on them as well. So we've got this little platform here in the center. I'm assuming these blinky little lights are the two runways, which are pretty cool. And we got these helicarrier kind of style engines on the side. This is supposed to be a atmospheric ship, so I'm pretty sure it's mostly atmosphere engines, I think. I don't think it has any hydrogen or ion. So there's that. But I thought the outside looked really cool. It kind of had a pseudo, kind of like a helicarrier, but kind of had its own thing going on, which is pretty neat. So let's go ahead and take a peek inside. Oh, yep, forgot. When I add ships just via blueprints, I tend to not have gravity involved. Let's see if we can remedy that situation. Though, I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure how this will work. I guess fine. Okay, I wasn't sure how this will work with these ships that are designed to be in atmosphere, because I never know if it's designed to fly but not float, and then if you add gravity, if it's going to just, like, plummet. Okay, so we've got turret controls and flight deck floodlights. What does that do? Ooh! So takeoffs at night would be well lit up. That's pretty cool. And it also mentioned that there is a programmable setup for an automated airlock system. However, for various reasons, I don't know if it was a bug or if it just didn't get fully set up. I'm not sure. But it doesn't work immediately after loading the ship in. You have to do a few tweaks, but that's in the description, and I really didn't care, to be honest. So, I'm in creative. I don't need to breathe. Programmable block here, I'm assuming runs the script for M-Master's configurable LCD panels, kind of becoming a staple. And we have a very basic but usable bridge. This is rather interesting. This is kind of from the latest patch of the game. You'll recall before, in getting into the cockpits, you had to get like right up here on the panel or something. Now they've made it far more accessible, which I read in the patch notes. So that's pretty cool. We have turret controls here, missile controls here, forward spotlights, and turrets. Oxygen generator, arc furnace, assemblers, refineries, the two large reactors, the multiple batteries, interior turrets or detectors, oxygen tanks, antennas, laser antenna. Wow, it's got a lot of antennas. Unless those are all for different things. Idle, yeah, okay, they're for different things. And then that looks like it. So like I said, obviously just based on the controls, you can kind of tell, not really designed to be like a warship where let's go fly this into the heart of darkness. Attention, you are approaching an active flight deck. Proceed with caution. Yes, proceed with caution. So it's stuff like this that I thought was pretty cool, of how they kind of compacted the systems. Like, you've got the med bay, you've got your timer blocks. Ooh, they even buffed up the screen capacity there too for getting in that one. That's cool. Interior turrets here. Don't worry, I'm going to come back and look at that other stuff before we go. We've got cryo chambers. Again, all this is connected through conveyors to make it functional. So that seems like the basement kind of deal. So let's go ahead and come back up here. I believe this is going to take us right under the flight deck. So you got... wait a minute, that does look like a hydrogen tank. So maybe it does have hydrogen thrusters, I'm not sure. Or it's for refueling other small ships. And then all of the oxygen tanks connected to the conveyor winds around here. We've got a sensor, which I'm assuming would activate your automated airlock. But it's not fully functional. Ooh! I guess this room was pressurized and I did not know it. Alright, refineries, arc furnaces, assemblers, and oxygen generators. So that controls all of that, if you wanted to turn things on and off. And as you can see, that's why this other stuff was, or that room behind us was pressurized and this was not. This leads right out to the flight deck. Oh, and I did not know there was anything under here. Got a nice little view. We got batteries, and then, ooh, we've got more rooms. Secret rooms. I guess I'm out of range of the gravity. Oh, this is an external entrance from below. Intriguing. Actually, you know what? We're just going to stay out here. Screw it. And actually, I didn't see that before, but it looks kind of cool from the underbelly here, too. It's a pretty neat layout. So that's really what caught my eye about this. I don't know how useful it would be for a lot of players, because a lot of players like, you know, more defended, higher weapon, higher armor, stuff like that. But I pretty much picked it for the external design. It looked really cool to me. Alright, so I think that's going to wrap this one up. Let's move on to the next one. Alrighty, this one is rather intriguing to me. This is the Harbinger Orbital Siege Platform. Now, I won't guarantee that I will go through and look at every little detail because I am mostly focused on the design and functionality. Not every little thing, because I don't know how many... It says it's only for a crew of 3, though, which surprised me a lot. So, essentially, what this is supposed to do is float out in orbit, target things on a planet, so I gave it this nice little skybox here since I can't do planets. But, theoretically, even loading in planets, you're supposed to be able to hit targets in planets when you're out in orbit, which is awesome. I mean, so awesome. So I'm guessing these welders are kind of probably sort of the missiles. I'm guessing. Because there's battery, warhead, and merge block. And then welders. So I'm kind of assuming, though I don't know what these are. I guess they're just metal, maybe? And it'll actually just impact it. And this looks like your targeting camera. So literally you're supposed to be able to, and I'm pretty sure that's what that little red thing is a projecting box so you can, like a crosshair, which is awesome. So cool. But basically you're supposed to be able to target things on a planet and actually bombard it with stuff like warheads and metal and crap, which is awesome. And I know, I'm kind of sick of this at this point, that I made that whole gag about finding doors, and now I'm finding them, like, while I'm talking, and I don't even have to use it anymore. I'm so sad. Woo! Oh, I guess we hit air. Okay. I was like, why am I floating? We have gravity. So we have cryo chambers for our 3 crew members, a med bay in case anyone is injured in the whole firing main cannon thing. I don't know which one of these is the main seat. I know you're supposed to use the main seat. I guess it's this one. Weapon status ready. Auto fire is something you can turn on where it basically just fires it repeatedly, which is awesome. Stabilizers, I believe you're supposed to use before you fire. Now, I read the description. I looked it all up, and I read the instructions. Go me. And... oh, what'd I do? Ah, crap. I didn't mean to open an airlock. I was just trying to see what else was on here. I guess this is all there is, and it makes sense, really, because it's only supposed to be a 3-person crew, so there's that. But there's 2 things in actually firing this thing. The first is I don't actually have a target to hit, so we can't really test all the impact stuff and how effective it is. 2 is I tend to break things, and even though I've turned block damage off and things, yeah, I won't guarantee that I don't screw something up. So we have targeting camera, gravity alignment, fire the rods, which I'm assuming are the missiles, basically, auto fire, reticle projector, thrusters for maneuvering, thrusters upward, and antenna. So it does have, you can kind of see them here, the hydrogen boosters for get up and go, basically, if you were to be attacked. And it also has jump drives, so you can get away, which is pretty awesome. So, let us... crap. Which one was the stabilizers? I think it's this one. Okay, so stabilizers are active. Let's go 1, so we're viewing our camera. You can see the little crosshair thing there. I don't know, I don't think you can zoom in or anything, so we're just going to fire. So assuming our crosshair has the little target there. Why am I not seeing anything? I don't see anything. Did I miss it? And you can move your mouse and stuff and actually move... Oh, crap! Probably shouldn't move, though, because I'm kind of right here. So, because you're supposed to be in orbit... Okay, that's the problem. Alright, I get it. I'm smirked. So, basically, because you're supposed to be in orbit, there should be some level of external... Open. There should be some level of external gravity, I'm guessing, which right out here there is none, so it's just kind of like they're floating away slowly, because this isn't actually a planet. So if you were in a planet, you'd get it to the point where you can fire these, and you're inside the gravity well. I think, I could be totally wrong about this, and then when you fire them, it will actually just go straight down where your crosshair is. But you can see, geez, we've got 4 warheads and 4 metal blocks. If all that hit your ship or your base at one time, woof! Have fun with that. But so that's actually really cool, because you could... It's literally like one of those doomsday weapons you see in sci-fi movies where it's like... It's an orbital weapon Death Star thing. I can't imagine using this in PvP, and you're just on your base, and then the other team just floats an orbital station over your head and just starts bombarding you. That would just be so mean. Alright. So, again, that's going to wrap up our Orbital Siege platform, and let's move on to our final build of the day. Alright, so here we have the TNF Planetary Dropship Rhino Mark 1. That was a mouthful. So, funny story, this is actually a much smaller ship than I thought it was. I saw the pictures on Steam and I thought it was a big carrier type thing, and I loaded it in, and as I was loading it I was reading the description and it's like a dropship, and I was like, that seems awful big for a dropship. And then when I loaded it in I saw the small cockpit and stuff, and I was kind of like, holy crap, this is a small ship. So it was actually, I thought it was actually a lot bigger, but oh well. So we have hydrogen thrusters, which you can see being that we're out in space, and this is just a skybox. Well, wait, no, it's atmosphere thrusters that don't work out here. So I don't know why these are off. Maybe they're just off because they're boosters, so that's fine. There's a couple things. The description goes into very in-depth detail on the orbital transition for the ship, and how to get in and out of planetary atmospheres and stuff. I just didn't read through it all because I knew I wasn't going to be using it. It was just going to be a skybox. So, there's that. Essentially, though, this is pretty much a... I mean, dropship is relatively self-explanatory. It can carry 6 soldier, crew member, people, whatever. It does have... It's supposed to have, anyway. Ah, there it is. So, it does have a display for the cockpit so that you can see what's going on. From the M-Master build, or not build, script. So it's got that, so you can track your location and reactors and hydrogen tanks and all that stuff, which is pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. So there's that. And it does have, if I can find where they are... Maybe they are actually turrets. I thought they were talking about guns, but I think it... Okay, there they are. They're side-mounted Gatling turrets, which those are actually really cool turrets. I don't know if that's vanilla or... Yeah, I guess it would have to be vanilla. I didn't load any mods in. Huh. So I guess they changed the Gatling turret model. That's pretty awesome. First time I noticed that. There's also, it appears, on this side for some reason, it's not on the other side, but there's a screen over here. Ooh, my oxygen is being refilled from bottles. Thank you. How convenient. So that the crew inside the dropship can keep an eye on the status of the ship. So the pilot can't lie to them, basically, and tell them everything is going to be fine, and then, you know, they're like, no, it's not. I can see that our oxygen is gone and our hydrogen is gone and we are totally in a free fall. No, it's fine. We have a screen. Oh, you know, scenarios like that could totally happen. So, again, with this one, it kind of caught my eye, just the design. I love detailed, even if they're small, I love detailed ships like the VTOL wings and the open cargo bay. It would have been kind of cool, whether modded or not, to have some kind of slider door here to cover the cargo bay, but I think this is kind of designed to be like a Quinjet from Avengers, like it sits on the carrier flies in, you get your troops on there and then you go. But because it can transition in and out of atmospheres, this could be a pretty cool strike ship if you have a big dreadnought type ship and then you take a crew down to the planet kind of thing. It could actually work, which is pretty cool. Especially since there's such detailed instructions on how to do it, you know it'll work. Which is really neat, actually, in my opinion, for like survival or just long-term game. If you want like endgame, I want a Star Destroyer out here and be able to go back to my base. I think that's a pretty cool system. So, on that note, I was not expecting these builds not to take that long to go through. They all kind of went relatively fast. So, I wasn't planning on it going that quickly. But I'm basically done for this episode. So, if that's all you were interested in, feel free to tune out now. I won't hold it against you. If you would like a quick little update, not a big one, just a quick little update, I will be doing that, so feel free to make your choice now. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, still here? Alright, cool. So, basically, I had a couple of people ask me in the comments from my last episode about, like, you know, actually it was a channel comment, but anyways, I had a couple of people ask me about, like, you know, when's your schedule going to change, yada, 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 yada. So, here's the dealio. I know a lot of you have been hearing, I've been, thinking about upgrading my graphics cards, stuff like that, so I can do a bit more, maybe do a Planetary, Let's Play, stuff like that. So, the down low status on that is... I actually did buy the card. I bought a NVIDIA GTX 960, and I believe it was a 4GB version, which was awesome. The problem is, it probably should have been here already, but I had some kind of mix-up with the shipping, where the post office place is saying they didn't get it, but UPS said they delivered it, so I'm kind of in a pickle there, and I'm in talks trying to figure out where it went and what happened to my Harry Houdini box. Or GPU, in fact. So, anyways, I was kind of hoping that by the time you saw this video, I would already be starting back recording more episodes on things, because it didn't seem like it made a whole lot of sense to make one episode of a couple series where my frame rates were still bad and blah, 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 only to turn around then and in, you know, like the next week, then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, frame rate's better and this is better, you know. So I was trying to wait for my new card and then kind of come back with a bang where, you know, I could turn all of my graphics up to high and things would look better and frame rate would, you know, so on and so forth. Kind of one of those that have been gone long enough for my regularly scheduled programming that it just seemed more beneficial to me to wait until I could kind of come back with a higher quality, and then it's like, you know, haha, so better, back and better than ever kind of thing. But I don't honestly know if that will happen at the moment, because I don't really know how long it's going to take to sort out whatever with the shipping. I'm hoping that just by Monday or Tuesday or something, I can talk to them and, you know, they'll work it out and, oh, we found it or something. If it doesn't, though, and I have to start into talks of like refunds, reshipping, shipping me another one, something to that effect, then, you know, I might be in a little bit of a pickle there. And it might take longer, and with that in mind, if that were to happen, then I will probably just go ahead and start doing a few more episodes of things anyway. I'm hoping that by the time, like, I'm trying to kind of give it like this next week, and by the end of next week, I should know what's going on, whether or not I'm gonna have to get into a pickle of reshipping something, or whether I'll already have it. If I already have it, then by the time you start seeing more videos, everything should just look better and run smoother and be awesome. And if not, then I'll probably just make note of that when I start doing my videos again. So, the deal so far is a lot of you have been made aware. I've tried to be fairly upfront about it, that my finance situation is such that I'm having to look at other things, and I can't do YouTube kind of like full-time. This is both true and not true. And not that I lied or anything, just that it's kind of a partial truth, because I'm not necessarily like at the point where I'm going out and just finding a job at the moment. I'm not in that dire straits of needing money yet, but I'm not ruling that out. What I'm actually focused on is trimming back what I'm working on YouTube for Let's Plays in order to focus on like higher end projects. For example, a lot of you know we've been working on the spin-off series for Dog Squad. That is almost done. We actually have everything recorded, and most everything is filmed, and there's just a couple more episodes we have to edit and things like that, so it shouldn't be too much longer. I'm hoping that to have it out some part first of next year, hopefully, if there's no further delay. The biggest issue we're dealing with right now is because of where Dog Squad could be going. We're trying to work out some of the legality issues before we really, like, we were kind of surprised with how well Dog Squad did as far as everyone, like, more. So we kind of just did it for fun, and it turned out that everyone liked it. So now that we're kind of thinking of doing more and more seasons, we'd like to make sure we're kind of in a stable, you know, ground. We already got permission from Keen Software House to continue unhindered or whatever, which is awesome. And if any of the people from Keen are listening, thank you a whole bunch, because that is amazing of you guys. But, you know, we're trying to work out some of the details. I've been in contact with Steam as far as some of the legalities of, can you use other people's mods in your machinimas and stuff like that, or do you have to, you know, just little tedious things like that, and they have yet to get back to me, so woohoo, good job for Steam support tickets, yay! But, so anyways, we've been working out some of that stuff while we're editing and filming and doing some other things, but that's almost ready to go. But again, if I had been doing daily Let's Play episodes, there's no way I could have gotten all that kind of stuff done. The other thing is Caden Red Pearl and myself have been working with the idea of possibly working on like an Android game, stuff like that. So I'm not necessarily like working in terms of an hourly 9-to-5 job at the moment, but I'm working on more higher end projects that could bring in more revenue, ergo I can keep making videos and doing YouTube stuff, but you know, I'm actually not broke, and I can pay my bills, and little things like that. And I'm also in the process of, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I don't take any of these dates verbatim, because you know us, I mean, none of our dates are rock solid. But I'm also working on getting through a course that's in, you know, stuff like that, where I'm thinking of opening a web design side of my company, because I actually do have a business license for Sleepless Night Studio, so it started as a YouTube channel, but I do technically have a company. So I'm thinking of converting a large portion of my company's focus into web development and some of these other higher end projects, which also means my Let's Play videos and stuff have to be reduced. Now, let me just take a break and breathe for a second. Okay, so now, what does that mean for Let's Plays and YouTube? Well, for YouTube in general, there will be more machinima-style videos and stuff. I can't say more frequently, but more often in terms of, like, you know, you're not going to get 5 episodes of a series every 6 months or something. It'll be like when we have a season, then you'll get a lot of episodes while the season's airing, and then we'll be on break for a while we work on the next one, so on and so forth. For Let's Plays, I can't overload myself again, and I know everybody's like, there's so many games coming out, but I just can't do them all anymore. So basically what I'm looking at is, obviously, Space Engineers Inspiration Series. I'm pretty sure my channel would just plummet if I took that one down. I think I'd have a mutiny on my hands. So that one's staying. I would like to bring back the Space Engineers Let's Play, like survival creative side. I don't know that I'll be doing a Let's Build and a Let's Play at the same time, so I probably am going to start by finishing off the Corvette Star Destroyer type build. And when that one's done, then I may start a whole new season on planets. Possibly. I may do both and try and do them parallel, at the same, but I don't want to overload my schedule. The other one that's coming back will be Elite Dangerous. I thought about doing another season, but it's kind of like, what's the point? It's still the same, you know, progress and all that kind of stuff. So I will probably just pick back up where I left off with that. And the other one is Subnautica. I'm planning on bringing back. That one I may or may not start a whole new season, because I think there's like 2 big major updates that I missed making videos on. So that one I may just start over. I'm not positive. So that's kind of the schedule. It'll probably be like both Space Engineers series will be Saturday and Sunday, and then Tuesday, Thursday will be like Eliters and Subnautica. And that way I can just run that schedule all the time. Like, I don't have to change it per week because one doesn't line up with the next week. You know how weeks being an odd number can get. So that schedule will let me just kind of like air them. That's my weekly schedule. It makes my 4 main go-to series that everyone kind of asked me about. And I really did kind of take a step back, because there were a few series like the Programming series and Empyrean and some other ones that I kind of wanted to do myself, but I was like, no, I can't overload my schedule again with a bunch of Let's Plays if I really want to work on all these projects and start making some money off of them. So I really kind of looked at what you guys were asking for and my viewership and like what has the most views and things like that, and you know, that's kind of the schedule I came up with, was Space Engineers Inspiration and a Let's Play or Let's Build / whatever thing, Elite Dangerous, and then Subnautica. If you guys have other suggestions that you'd rather see, let me know, but keep in mind that's probably going to be the way it is just from popular demand, that you may be that one person that, no, bring back X series that had, like, you know, 4 views or whatever. Just keep in mind that probably won't happen. You know, just bear that in mind. Don't be, like, heartbroken when that doesn't happen. But I'm open to suggestions just to hear, you know, I thought Subnautica was really popular with everybody, and then if it's like, no, 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 do this one instead, and everybody says that, I won't mind changing it, but keep that in mind. So anyways, I thank you all for listening and sticking with me through all this transitional, uprooting, upheaval, mess-up schedule period. And I think it's kind of one of those, like, it's every once in a while it's good to take a step back, take a break, and kind of trim the fat and figure out what works, what doesn't, and what really you need to do. So I personally think this is the best situation I can give you guys with my channel and stuff, while also being able to work on some projects that in the future could end up supporting me and stuff like that. So again, I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and I thank you all for sticking with me and listening and all that good stuff. So keep an eye out for probably sometime the week after that, like not this coming week, but like the next Saturday, Sunday, starting that period. So probably like a week from now. Keep an eye out around there, because I have a feeling one way or another, whether I have my card or not, I will probably start doing more videos again, like I just described, around then, I think. So keep that in mind, keep an eye out, and I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.